How's it going?
I'm doing quite good, and how about you?
Not too bad. I know I think this is the first time I've talked to you.
Yeah, it's the first time really. Um, to be honest, I'm quite confused, but well,
Okay,
yeah,
so I'll start off by like, there's no kind of trouble, like you're not in trouble or anything, or like we're not upset with you because you don't know the situation.
hmm,
Um, I don't know. Oh, I guess I can't say that you don't know Wolfie's side because I don't know how much Wolfie has said.
not really. It's actually the first time I heard anything about whatever's going on. I mean, uh, I, I know Wolfie about 2 weeks ish. And I talk a little bit here and there, but not that much.
Yeah, that's fair. Um, So our biggest issue is Wolfie was in the Union fam.
Okay.
And so I've actually known Wolfie in real life,
Mm-hmm.
and I've known him for 8 years.
Oh.
So we go way back.
Mm-hmm.
Um Pretty much Wolfie created a lot of issues within the Union fam. And then pretty much tried to destroy my life.
Oh. Okay.
And I can show you proof if you need proof of that. We're just really kind of, sorry, my kid's yelling in the background.
Okay.
Um, we're just struggling because we don't really want, like the Union fam name associated with Wolfie.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Um, and like I guess I'll start off by like asking, do you want to see any of the proof of some of the stuff that he created?
Sure. So I can have a bit. I mean, have a
Okay.
clearer picture of what's going on. If I'm
Okay.
gonna be honest.
Yeah, I mean, it's fair of you to want to actually see things.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I barely know what's going on, so I don't know what's. I mean, it's a weird situation what I am in right now.
I can
So,
understand that. We hate to put you in this kind of position. Um, we're just having a hard time because he is still stalking mine and Lolly's statuses,
hmm,
and he is still posting a lot of negative things directed towards us, and we know it's directed towards us because we know of the situation.
okay.
People that don't know, it'd be hard to tell, but we can pick up on it because we know the situation. I can just go ahead and share my screen. So, essentially this started in February, and we had like a big blow up where we didn't even when he got kicked, um he had we hadn't said anything to anyone for over 2 months. Me and Loly didn't speak up about the situation or anything because we were pretty much like, okay, let's part ways, let's drop the situation, until we found out he was going around and spreading big lies about us.
Okay.
Um and it started by like, oh, you're gonna see my kids and stuff like that. What? Yeah, sorry, joining soon. Okay, Loly will be here soon.
I,
Let me see. So pretty much, he was the one that introduced me to Loly.
yeah. Yeah.
And apparently he had told her that he didn't like me. I don't know why he would introduce me if he didn't like me. Um, but it was essentially like a I don't like her, even though, like, I thought on my end we were family, pretty much.
Yeah.
Because like he would come to my kids' birthday parties, he was invited to my wedding. He even came and saw my oldest daughter after she was born in the hospital. So like to me, I thought we were pretty close. But on the other side of it, he was telling other people that I was pretty much this crappy person. And that I bullied him for his disabilities, which I have a child that has disabilities, and I was a caregiver. I don't have any issues with people with disabilities. In fact, I like try and advocate for them as much as possible. So it's really kind of a low blow for me.
Yeah.
Pretty much the blow up started around Super Bowl Sunday. He was invited to my house. Him and his family were invited. We were gonna have a big Super Bowl party and just kind of hang out. And he did this often, where he'd like be invited and then he'd say he's too tired, but he'd actually end up hanging out with Loly. The issue is that there's like this kind of creepy obsession that he has over Loly.
Okay. Sorry.
Like to the point he'd be over at our house, and if she was streaming, he would ignore me and my kids and stuff like that, who called him Uncle Wolfie, just to watch Loly stream. And like if I was talking to him on Discord, he'd completely ditch me if Loly came online to go talk to her. Which like it's like, you know, whatever, I'm an adult. I'm not like, oh, pay attention to me. It's just like if I'm in a pretty much like I'd be telling him about a court situation I was having with my kid's dad, and deep in a big conversation, and he'd be like, oh, sorry, Loly's online, I gotta go.
What?
So,
What
like,
the fuck?
we're kind of talking here, bud. So pretty much just easier to, let's see, where do you hit? I'll just hit unblock and block him again. So he had just said, and he would do this all the time, that he's like, well, we still on for today? I had 3 seizures last night, but they were baby ones. I'm doing okay. Think it would be good to hang out with the fam for a couple hours. That is if you're up for having us over 11 hugs. And so like he'd always say like, yeah, I'm up for hanging out, and I'm like, yeah, we're good for today. And like we would just chit chat. And then this is where he'd start doing this. Me too, I'm gonna try and take a nap and pray I wake up in time. Love you lots, big hugs. And he'd always do that. I'm gonna nap and hope that I wake up in time. It's like, dude, if you make plans with someone, like, set an alarm.
Yeah. I mean, I would try to always be awake at that time. But
Right?
I mean, if I make a promise, I do that. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, that's just what you normally do.
Well, and I kind of tested the theory because I'd start inviting him over and tell him a time, like, actually, so I think the Super Bowl started at like 3:30.
Okay.
So I was like, hey, do you want to come over at 2? And that way, if he slept past it, then I'm like, oh, well, the Super Bowl doesn't start till 3:30, then we could still come pick you up. So he just said, like, I said, still wanting to come over. He's like, my body is just really run down. I will probably end up falling back asleep. And I was like, we understand. We'll try to get together again soon. And then he's like, it sucks because I want to come over, but my eyes are trying to close again. We'll probably even fall asleep on Loly too. That is just my body's way of dealing with all the stress. Love you lots and hugs. And I was like, we understand. Hope you get some rest. He goes, I don't want to rest. I want food, LOL. And I'm like, I'm confused. And then he's like, what are you confused about? And I said, thought you weren't coming because you needed rest. And then he's like, I'm fighting the rest because I'm hungry too. And then he kind of just like, he would do this. Honestly, I want to come over. I can throw Loly's stream on my phone, even join VC from my phone. Game starts in under an hour. I'm losing the fight to stay awake. So it's like, if you're coming over to hang out with me, I don't feel like it's unfair to expect. Like, I feel like normally it's common courtesy to kind of put your phones aside and actually spend time with people.
Yeah.
But he'd always come over and just kind of be all over Wolf or all over Loly. Everything. Like, so what I ended up doing was, like, Loly knew how to talk to him in a really good way, and I'm a moderator on her Discord. I'm a moderator in she streams to Kick, Trovo, and Twitch, and I'm a moderator on all three. And so I take the mod job pretty seriously. Just because Loly is a beautiful person, and sometimes there are some creepers, and no one likes a creeper on their page. So me and Wolfie have had a past where it's like we've kind of bickered like siblings at times, where we've definitely, I'm not saying like I've been perfect at all. We've had our fair share of fights. We've lived together. So like obviously when you live together you're gonna have some fights. That's just how it is.
Some bits of trouble here and there, but still. Yeah.
I messaged Loly and I was just like, hey, I just wanted to give you a heads up. I am having a little bit of trouble in this area with Wolfie, and I'm gonna talk to him, but I was just letting you know, because if it gets badly, I might have to just take a mental break for just a little bit. Just because I felt like she deserved the heads up instead of me just ghosting her and disappearing from the server and everything. And so she was able to give me some advice on how to talk to him. And so like I just messaged him. I was like, hey Wolfie, I want to start off by saying, so you don't panic, that I want a relationship with you and want our friendship to grow. And you know that I care about you guys a lot. I am hurt and feeling ditched by you lately. I feel when having conversations with you on voice chats that if you see Loly or Meathead online, that even if in an important convo, you will ditch me to go be with them. I'm hurt by yesterday. I don't believe you had a valid reason not to come, and we were all excited for you and the family to come over. I do understand that that we are both going through a lot, but that's why family getting together is even more important. I'm hurt by it, and also for the girls. They were both extremely disappointed that you guys didn't come. Sabrina had lots of drawings for you, and Millie asked every 5 minutes if you were here yet. It hurt that you said you needed rest, but I saw you actively involved in Loly's stream. Also, me being your caregiver, because I was his caregiver for about 1.5 years. I said, also, me being your caregiver in the past, I could handle and help you with anything if it happened while over here. I feel that some boundaries are needed. I'm asking that when we are in a voice chat together and hanging out, that I don't get ditched by you or you take off because you see Loly and Meathead online. I also ask that when we make plans that they are kept. Sickness and weather makes sense to cancel. Not just for my sake, but also girls. The girls getting very excited to see all of you. I'm also going to ask that if we make plans to hang out as a family, that we are present with the family. You had mentioned, present with the family and not involved with being on Trovo or Discord. If it's just you and I hanging out and gaming, that's another thing, and I don't care. You had mentioned yesterday that you could put Loly's stream on your phone to be with us, and I don't feel that's very respectful to do when spending time with us. And I can guarantee that Loly wouldn't mind you missing a stream here and there to be with your family. Like I said, I am talking to you about these things because I do care about our friendship and want to make sure it grows. I wouldn't be a friend if I didn't tell you when I felt hurt by you. I hope all is well and that you can read this and understand that that we can continue growing together and working on it. And so pretty much like he came back and he's just like, I'm sorry that you feel that way. And I thought we mended things. Because it was just kind of like honestly, I feel like I can't leave the house. I feel like a prisoner here. And he started talking about how they were having issues with his roommate. But he went back and said, like I said, I can put Loly's stream on my phone and stay in voice chat with her on my phone. So Loly and Meathead aren't even the issue. So it was kind of like he ignored what I had said.
Yeah.
And I kind of reinforced it and just said, hey, I do feel like it's rude. And that's why I'm coming to talk to you. And like, I had a miscarriage in January and he didn't even check in on me or anything. And to me, like, he would always call himself my big brother. So like, you know, I thought a big brother would have checked in, you know?
Yeah, of course.
And so, I thought we mended it because he was saying things like, again, I am so sorry because I do value our friendship. I will work on being a better friend and brother. I do feel horrible I made you feel this way. And then he said, like, I am so sorry I overlooked your miscarriage and stuff like that. And the miscarriage part is a big factor in this because later on, when he was getting kicked, he went and told Loly that that I was faking it.
No.
And it hurts me because when I was pregnant, so I have to be a little personal here, I guess. Let's see. Where is it? When I was found out I was pregnant, me and my husband were going through a rough patch and he wasn't at home that night. And so I found out I was pregnant and like this was the test I sent him. And like it is a faint line, but you can see that there's 2 lines there. And
Line there.
I told him that I was pregnant and
That one's
he went and told Loly that I was lying about it and I was only saying I was pregnant to keep my husband.
What?
I thought I should put in a cup and show you so you
yeah. And even though like I was just like, he's just like, wow, okay. Yeah, just a little, like a lot. Oh boy. And then like he was talking to me like I was pregnant, but he was saying that he was just trying to be nice. But he didn't believe me, and I wish I had I think I have the videos actually. I sent him a video of me actually dipping because I was worried that my husband was gonna think the same thing, that I was just saying I was pregnant to keep him.
Yeah.
And like that's not me whatsoever. So I literally peed in a cup, sat it on the counter, and dipped a pregnancy test in the pee and videoed it. And I showed that to Wolfie, and you could watch it turn positive. So it's like, I'm not fucking around here. And so he saw that too, and he, like, I thought we were good. So there's a lot of things like that just happened, that he was just going and telling Loly one thing about me and then acting completely different. Like here, for instance, like he was pretty much telling Loly that we weren't really friends, even though you can see like here's 16th, here's the 18th, here's the 15th, 14th, 13th. He was saying that we didn't really talk that much and that he didn't really have a relationship with me, but you can clearly see that we talked like almost every day. And normally it was him messaging me like, want to come hang out with me and chit chat. How you doing? Like, he was the one messaging me first. But if you look here, like, if I type in sister, let's see. Because I do value your friendship and having you as a sister. I love you and the fam very much. We all mess up from time to time. I appreciate you understanding what I'm going through. You and I have worked really hard to learn how to communicate, and it's been nice. Just be the amazing friend and sister that you are. Ouch, I feel your pain and pulled a tooth. Just be the amazing friend and sister that you already are. Just be the amazing sister you always are. Love and hugs. Thanks for being a wonderful and amazing sister and an aunt. And then, we love you very much. I consider you a sister. I know we don't always get along, but no, at the end of the day, I would move mountains to you. So pretty much, after the blow up happened, he started going around and telling people that I, one, faked a miscarriage, which is extremely painful for any woman that's lost a child.
Yeah.
And then he was going around telling people that I bullied him for being disabled, which there's a lot of people like Lionheart that has autism, like Kraken that has autism. Like, there's a lot of people on Discord and servers that have like disabilities, and for that can like ruin something. And not only that, but he was going around and spreading it in my town, and my town's pretty small. Like, he lives 15 minutes from where I live right now.
Okay.
And so like, he can trash my livelihood if he wants to, or attempt to. And then he was going around telling everyone that Loly kicked him for having a mental breakdown. And that wasn't the case at all. He was going to one person and saying that he was talking about... So Meathead was Loly's boyfriend at the time. He was going to Meathead saying that he was talking about me. He was going to Loly saying that he was talking about Meathead and me. And then he was going to me saying that he was talking about Meathead. So he was pretty much like systematically pinning each other, or pinning us against each other.
Okay.
Or trying to. I know that Loly will have more to say, and I'm sorry that this is quite the drama dump on you.
Yeah,
and I don't like it. It's just that, like, we feel like at this point we're getting to a point that he is like, he's still posting about us. This happened in February, and we're trying to move past it.
Oh my god.
But like, he keeps posting about us, and then like, if we're in or if we're on Trovo, he keeps showing up wherever we're at, and we'll like share elixir, and then he'll share like 3 elixir right after us. and it's just like, anywhere we go, it's like he's there and trying to get back to Loly. And that's what worries me, like, now knowing that he wasn't really around Lion, and then we feel like he saw that you were part of our team, and now all of a sudden he's hanging out with you. So we don't think it's a you problem, we think it's a Wolfie problem, but he is obsessed, and honestly, like, it worries me for Loly, like, not gonna lie, because she's just a sweetheart, but like, his obsessive tendencies are like, I'm about ready to go to my police department to ask them to tell him to stop stalking us online, because it's a big deal and he won't stop.
Oh. Wait. I don't really know what to say. It's
I don't really blame you. It's a lot to kind of take in.
Yeah, I'm just trying to process everything. So
I don't blame you, and I'm sorry that this is like the first time that we're talking, because I don't like that.
I mean, it is what it is.
But I know that I know that Loly will be able to probably talk to you more about it and explain in a better way that's not so like I don't know. This guy's hurt her because like she was gonna invite him into he was supposed to go travel to Canada and stay with her for a month.
Oh. Okay.
But here. So the day that it happened, he had pretty much. We try and keep the drama within the people involved as much as possible. And Wolfie had a problem with me. Kraken came in and I was streaming. And Kraken came in with Wolfie on voice chat. They were kind of there, like just hanging out. Well, Wolfie started saying that he was betrayed by someone and he was talking about me. And I knew he was talking about me because he said that the person had went to Loly. Even though I didn't tell Loly any personal details, I had just went to her and asked her for advice. And then also just to let her know that I might have to take a step back if talking to him didn't go well. And so while I'm on stream, Wolfie is like passive aggressively attacking me to Kraken, who Kraken had no idea. So Kraken's giving him advice and like Wolfie's like crying and I'm streaming, so I ended up having to shut my stream down because he's doing this. And then so I went and I talked to Loly about it because I was like, hey, like this is getting out of hand. I'm gonna have to take a step back. Like this is not okay. It's not okay for anyone to get on someone else's stream and create drama. Like, it'd be one thing if we were all in voice chat and I wasn't live streaming to Trovo and Twitch. But then, so Loly pulled me and Meathead into a chat. We were kind of just talking it through. And she was really upset because she had just talked to Wolfie that day about it. And I didn't even know that Wolfie, like, was talked to about it. About keeping drama. She's like, it's only drama if you go and spread it to other people, and we don't do drama here. And the only reason we're talking to you is because you're part of our team now, and he seems to be trying to come around more and more. And we're just concerned because, like I said, we don't really want Union Fam affiliated with Wolfie because of the shit that he's done. But I didn't respond to him. And so he's like, please talk to me. This was when we were in chat, because we were talking things through. And then he says, Sarah, if I lose Meathead and Loly because of you, I will want you out of my life. Meathead and Loly mean everything to me. They are family. I love them both. If I lose them because of you, I want nothing to do with you ever. If this is a big misunderstanding, then you need to talk to me so we can clear things up. Because I'm fear of the worst. Given our history, I'm going to lose my two best friends because of you. I thought me and him were family, too. And then, so it was just kind of this big blow up. But then he did worse after this. And some parts, I know it's hard to kind of fill in some gaps, but there's parts that, like, I'm not going to share Loly's side of it because that's Loly's business. Yeah, I'm not going to share Meathead's side of it because that's his business. Like, but he went and shared my actual name to other people.
Oh, whoa. Okay.
And then, it got worse. Like, he shared my actual name to other people. I'm pretty even sure he shared it to Nutsy. Because I was approached by Nutsy and pretty much threatened by Nutsy. Because Loly had, like, left. Anytime Loly has left anything, I'm the one that gets approached. So, like, if she unmods someone from her channel, I don't know why. Like, I just became her personal secretary along the lines somehow.
I mean, at least she got the job. Sorry.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't know I applied for it, but I guess this is it. Which I actually don't mind. Like, I don't mind. You know, Loly is a sweetheart, and I don't mind helping her or protecting her when she needs protecting. Not that she can't handle herself, because that lady could, you know.
Hello.
Oh yeah, she can handle more than her own. But yeah, so like Nutsy came to me because he was unmodded from her channel, even though he maybe like in the time that I've been modding, I've seen Nutsy maybe come into her stream like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
So he was unmodded from her channel, and so he messaged me and pretty much threatened me. And I know that Wolfie went and said that I abused him as his caregiver, which I don't know. I find it amusing because most of the time, if he told anyone else that my mean bone in my body is like the size of my pinky, and that if I'm upset, it's literally laughable because I'm like a child, like a 3-year-old getting upset. I'm not like taken at face value when I'm upset. So for me to be all of a sudden abusive, it's kind of confusing.
Yes. It's kind of a weird story, to be honest.
And this, I know this is probably like walking into some kind of what are they called? Like soap opera?
Yes. Het is gek, het wel een serische soms.
Yeah, it's a lot of drama, and I'm sorry. Like, I hate to just kind of dump it on you or just I don't know. It's hard to figure it out because like we're trying to honestly, we're at a point where we have to feel like we have to protect ourselves just because of the extent that he's gone.
Yeah. I can understand that too.
Like, he's started literally, not me, but Loly. Any server she was in, all of a sudden Wolfie started popping up left and right. Like, he wasn't in Lionhearts for the longest time.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he's there. He's in Hins all of a sudden. He's in Arcanas all of a sudden. Like, anywhere that Loly's been, Wolfie started popping up everywhere. And so it was just kind of unsettling and weird. Like, Loly just literally felt like she couldn't go anywhere or do anything without Wolfie all of a sudden being there.
It's... Oh, I mean, what I hear is kind of stalker-ish. But...
Yeah. No, I mean, it's very stalker-ish. And then, like, for the longest time, like, if anyone knows Loly, they know that she's associated with rainbows. I mean, at the end of the stream, she says, "Fly a rainbow for me." And, so he would start posting statuses like, if you want to be forgiven, DM me a rainbow. If you want me back in your life, DM me a rainbow. And so it's like, oh, come on, we're not stupid. We know that that's targeted towards Loly.
Yeah.
Hello, sorry I'm late.
Don't worry.
Sorry, I'm talking to my cat. Sorry, what did I miss so far? Sis?
So I told him probably about a quarter of what happened.
Yeah, it's what I can get understand with every information what you said is that he's kind of been stalking you, Loly.
Obsessed.
Or
Obsessed.
obsessed, I guess. He's been talking about Surha, if I say that correctly.
You did.
Miscarriage. I mean, that's all what I can gather right now with every information what you've said to me.
Yeah, I pretty much told him that, like, he lied about the miscarriage. He's going around telling people that, or he said that I lied about the miscarriage. Going around telling people that I bullied him for being disabled. Said that we kicked him out of the team because he had a mental breakdown.
Yes.
I showed him, like, the pregnancy test and stuff like that Wolfie was able to see because I shared my screen and showed him some of Wolfie's chats and just, like, things like him pinning us against each other, telling you it was me and Meathead, telling Meathead it was me, and telling me it was Meathead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry, I'm late.
And it got worse to the point where, like, I don't know if he's mentioned his sister, Christina, but apparently there's some kind of, like, court battle, and I called the court office or courthouses that it would be going through, and there's no court case. Just because he's, like, he made that such a big deal. He goes around, like, to Loly pretty much threatening suicide because of some of these things, and they don't even exist. And that's the thing, is that he's used suicide against Turnip, he's used suicide against Myth, he's used suicide against Loly. He won't do it with me because I literally have called calling the police sounds harsher, but literally I called to get him help because he threatened suicide, because, I mean, that's what you're supposed to do.
That's your job as a caregiver anyway. You are a mandatory reporter, so that's your job.
And so he doesn't do the suicide card with me because he knows that I will pursue, like, help, because, I mean, no one wants their friend to kill themselves. And I'm still technically legally mandated reporter, because, like, once you're a caregiver, you're always a mandated reporter.
Yeah.
So he won't do that with me, but, like, he'll just say, like, if you don't stay with me in voice chat tonight, I might do something stupid. And that's a real big diss on anyone that he knows has mental health and has thought about suicide. Like, that's a pretty big card to play. That's not appropriate.
You can go ahead. I have suicidal tendency, so playing that card on me is basically slapping me in the face. You can be very honest about my tendencies. I don't hide them.
And well, I'm not. I told him already that I'm not gonna share things unless I have the permission to. So now that I have the permission to, I will share them. But it's just the, like, even in the middle of an argument, if Loly was to tell him like, "Hey, you hurt me in this way," and he'd go off and be like, "Well, I'm gonna go off myself," kind of thing. And that's just like he really tried to mess with people's emotions that weren't okay.
Okay.
But this is just like I told him I felt bad. This is the first time he and I are talking.
Yeah. I mean, I will remember this. Because
Sorry.
So now you know my life story. We're besties now. You just have to get over it.
oh wow, that's fast.
But yeah, that's pretty much just like, I mean, you've seen just bits and pieces of it. If you would like to see more, we can show you more. But this is pretty much why we're just like, we really don't want, like, we saw you streaming with them, and we just really don't want the Union fam name associated with him. He's kind of, we feel like he's a poison. Like,
Yeah.
he's done us very wrong. Like, if it was to just be like, he's, and I use this term and people will laugh at it, but it's not like he's going around telling people that like I don't brush my teeth or that I smell bad. Like, he's going around saying that I bully disabled people and I fake miscarriages to keep my husband. Those are pretty stacked lies that are not okay or appropriate.
It's quite serious.
Yeah, like, I don't feel like they're as serious as like saying I murdered someone or that like there was rape involved, but I feel like they're pretty just below that. And so it's very hard for us to like be like, we've pretty much almost left every server that he's involved in.
I can understand that, yeah.
Well, he pops up, like I told you, and he was not in a lot of servers Loly was in until after he was kicked, and then all of a sudden he just started showing up wherever Loly was. And that's just, it's creepy. And we can like literally, like last night I had posted a status, and literally anytime I post a status, and I cannot post for like a week, and then I'll post a status, and then all of a sudden like I'll get informed that his statuses are going crazy, and he's starting to post things that he knows he's talking about me or Loly about, and he'll post them on statuses like crazy. And my status could literally be like, hey, like, or to like Loly and be like, thank you for loving me even when I feel unlovable, kind of thing. And then all of a sudden he just blows up and starts being pretty hateful. And so for it to be, this happened in February, for this to be July and he's still doing crap like this, it's like we have to try to get as far away as possible with the online thing that we can do, but we have to like try and continuously try to block ourselves from that negativity and that kind of crap, because it's not worth our time, and we try to avoid it as much as possible. But he is, like I said, all of a sudden he wasn't really involved with Lion, and then all of a sudden now he's hanging out more and more with people, and just feel like he is trying to systematically, like last night it was like things like I don't get many chances, you have many, DM me to be forgiven. And this was last night.
Yeah. I was yesterday invited to play some Phobia met Henny and Ryan. I was like, yeah, sure, why not, right? I did work a bit yesterday, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna stream then. And until I saw Loly's DM today, actually, and I was like, wait, what's going on now? They do something wrong? Or what?
Like I said when we first started, like you're not in any trouble. Like we're not upset because you obviously like don't know the situation. Like I can't fault you for something you don't know. Like it'd be like you getting in a car and driving and like not knowing the laws of the road if you didn't take freaking driver's ed. Like obviously you can be faulted for that, but you're not faulted for that. But this is the kind of thing I'm talking about. Like
it's hard to swallow what's the information, what I receive from you guys.
It's a very large pill to swallow.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just trying to think every information what I gather from you guys. And yeah, it's quite weird. I mean,
there's a reason, like, you have to understand that we're not type of people, because there's a misunderstanding going around right now, where my people might be like, oh, so I can't be friends with whoever I want, and that's absolutely not the case. You can be friends with whoever you want, and it might be people we don't get along with, and that's already the case. There's some people in your communities that I don't necessarily appreciate, that I don't hate them, but I don't necessarily appreciate, and I don't mind. But him is, for me, a very special case because he crossed big lines for us, and we have a hard time with people saying we stay neutral, or people being like, that's none of my business, because it feels like, I'm going to give you a real life comparison, because some people think that because it's online it's less important or less affecting or whatsoever, and that's a big no. But a real life comparison is, imagine someone in the subway getting really pushed to a corner in a bad way, and everybody's watching and nobody does anything because it's none of their business. How it's going to be looked at. But the victim going to be isolated while the abuser is going to be free. And that's exactly what's happening. Because people are like, oh, it's none of my business all the time, despite knowing facts. It's more like we are stabbed and nobody give a flying fuck, and we reached a point where we cannot. It's toxic for us, it's difficult, we see him everywhere, he's still continuing his bullshit, it's affecting us deeply, it's affecting our relationship, we feel disrespected, we feel misunderstood, we feel like we're not listened to, and I know it's online and some people, and that's also fair play, you don't want to get involved with anything, but in that case, I'm not saying you, okay, Jenny, but I'm saying in that case, for me, then we're not really friends. And me, I am someone who are not looking for clout, views, and popularity. If I get it, good job, but if I don't, it's fine, because what I want is a family, friends, fun time, and that's why my family, my team is here. I'm mixing the stream team, but my team is small. It's because I'm not looking to add up to the numbers. I'm looking for people I can hang out on almost on a daily basis, people I can share with. Of course, there are different levels. What I share with Sarah here is not going to be the same with what I share with everybody else, because she's my bestie, my sister from another mister. She knows almost everything. We all have different level of friendship, and I respect some people being like, oh, I don't want to be linked, or I don't want to have to think about these things. But fair as it is, it's also fair for us to be like, okay, so if you don't care, we have also the right to not care. And that's also something that hurt us, because some people are like, oh, if someone would do that to me, I would be mad. Okay, so why are you not reacting? Because it did not happen to you specifically, but me as your friend, it did, and you're not reacting. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying it's your case, but we are trying to it's gonna sound harsh, but we are trying to really cut the loose ends at some point right now because it's getting really super toxic. Sis is on the verge every day of murder. I'm kidding when I say that because she wouldn't murder nobody, but she's very annoyed, very upset. I feel like betrayed, isolated, forgotten, misunderstood. She probably feels the same way. And we're not online, we're not in that community, we're not in the stream to get more toxicity.
Yeah.
We have enough real life. And so, yeah.
That's what she said is like the online isn't real life, but like this guy knows me in real life, lives in my town,
there's
and
that.
has already like told other people in my town that I've bullied disabled people. Like, so he's already gone past the online point to in my real life crap that's just not appropriate. And then I have the repercussions of like him pretending to be an uncle to my kids, and my kids asking me consistently, hey, where's Uncle Wolfie, because they miss him and they loved him and they thought he was a part of the family, to him going around and telling other people that I'm this horrible person and that we were never family and he didn't even think of me as a friend. So pretty much he catfished me real life.
And I was inviting him at my home for holidays. Like the problem here, it's real life has been also involved deeply.
Yeah. I can. Yeah.
So again, it's a very bad spot to put you in. We do know, we're aware of it, but we would respect if you decide to quote unquote stay neutral or you don't want to get more involved or whatsoever. But we want to come forth and honest with people we feel close to, and in your case, you're even more than that because you're family, you're member, you're part of it. And besides, because we don't want to have, there's people that I'm just gonna stay away of, and it's fine. They probably won't even realize because we were never that close in the first place. But in your case, it's like Lion. It's you guys are very well. We consider you very close.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate for us, or for you guys, but it is life, and this is eating us. And you might think whatever you want from us, overreacting, bitches, whatsoever, but it's still our reality, which is it's hurting us deeply, and we want this gone for real. We want this to stop.
Yeah, I can understand
not-
that.
Yeah, and that's, well, like I said from the get-go, I'm sorry to put this all on you because it's quite the thing to swallow and hear. But it's just like, it's not just like my feelings. Like, he could affect my life because we live in the same town. I have children. Like, if my husband gets hurt or injured and I have to go back into the workforce and I'm not able to be a caregiver because he's going around, like, he could blacklist me if he tells the right people that I bullied him as a caregiver.
Yeah.
And that's scary and that's dangerous. So like, if my husband were to get injured and I have to support my family and he does that to me, how am I supposed to support my family? I have to go into a different career that I might not get paid as well, or learn different trades that's like more difficult to learn. I mean, just a lot of things that like, it's just it's scary that the way that he's impacted, and just the way that, like, I do feel, like I said, I used catfish because it's like, it's almost worse than a catfish because he's pretending to be my family. In real life, I got close to him, I thought of him as a big brother and all of these things. Like, even so, my kid's dad is not my husband right now. I left my kid's dad due to abuse, and he welcomed me and my children into his home to stay. And so, like, that was my escape place to get out of an abusive relationship. And then he goes and tells other people that I'm this horrible person. So like it left me very confused and kind of broken for quite a while of just like, why would you allow me into your life? Why would you allow my children? Why would you pretend to be this when you're going around telling everyone else that I'm this horrible person? It doesn't really, like, it's the ultimate Harvey Dent, complete two-face.
Yeah.
Of just one thing is one and the other thing is other, and I just, like, I'm still kind of just blown away by it and very hurt, and like, okay, if you're gonna be that two-faced, then I cannot have you anywhere near my life, my family, my children. It just, I'm still kind of in that state of like shock of, did that really just happen? Like 8 years of my life, and I'm only 28. He was involved in my life, and he did that to me, and I'm just kind of like, what?
Yeah.
So, like we said, it's a very big thing, and we understand, like, it's a lot. We don't like the position, but I just feel like if it was, you know, like anyone else outside of this, I just, like, if this were to happen to you or this would happen to anyone, like, obviously I'd have to assess and do the same thing that you're gonna have to do. I'd have to assess and see where, like, I stand with that person. But like Loly said, we care about our team, and we also want to protect you, so it's not just a, like, we're coming at you to protect our asses, but like, this guy is a two-faced bastard, and like, I'm not bullying this disabled for calling him that, just so you know. But, like, you can't do that to people and expect someone else not to be like, hey, I just want to let you know this is what they did to me, just be careful.
Yeah. I mean,
And so, like, we're trying to protect our friends too, because he really did us dirty, and he not only did us dirty, but he's done other people dirty that we have watched him do since, like, I don't know if you've seen Do is in Loly server. He's the head of the DCGs. Right after he joined, or right after he was kicked from the Union fam, he went to join the DCGs, and then he just blindsided them and left out of nowhere to go join Nation fam. So he's done quite a few different things to a lot of people. So we're not just trying to protect our butts, and why we say we don't want him involved, or we don't want Union fam involved with him, is not just to protect us, but it's to protect the people we care about.
I mean, yeah, it's a hot spigot to swallow.
Again, there's no hard feelings against you. You're not target. You're not necessarily an issue. But we are very, very, very honest as well with you, where we needed to assess that to you. I tried to talk to Lion. Lion made his own decisions. No hard feeling against lions as well. I love lions. It's sad for me to have to keep distance, but it is what it is as well. We are extremely hurt by the fact that there's a lot of people we care for, and we cannot stay around them anymore because this is too... Yeah, sorry, I'm getting emotional. This is too toxic for us. This, and I do not... Even if what I get is a lot lesser than her, I condemn those, and I stand by her because she deserves it. She is true, she's genuine, she came forth with her flaws too. She also told me everything, that as in, I have never been perfect. Probably, yes, I did mistakes here and there, and she admitted them, and she has no problem with that, but she deserves also to get closure with this. And I cannot just be a bystander and be like, I don't give a fuck, and pretend to be her best friend at the same time. That's where I'm telling you there's limit to neutrality, which is I'm going to tell her when she screws up. But in this case, she did not. She did mistakes, but she did not screw up. So why would I punish her and backstab her by just being like, meh, this is not my business?
Yeah. That's. I mean, yeah, I want to thank you guys to actually come to me and say what's going on. Yeah,
Flabbergasted.
Yeah,
Sad.
a bit flabbergasted.
Take your time. Take your time. We're not saying that you have to tell us or whatsoever right now. We just give you whatever you need to do, and
Yeah.
from now on, take your time and you do you. Again, like you're not a human being, vaccinated and citizen who is voting, so you do you. You can do whatever you want. You know?
I mean, I'm just trying to progress every little thing what you guys said to me, and yeah, I'm just thinking about every possibility what's happening right now. I mean, that's just how I am. I like to progress every little detail, and yeah, it's a bit.
It's a lot.
It's not to take in again.
If you need because now you're in a awkward situation, if you need to get off, deal with it, swallow it, solve it, analyze it, and make your own decision out of it, we can just let you go right now. There's no pressure again, and there will be no hard feeling on whatever you will do from now on. But we also want to be transparent and forward in it, the situation where if Wolfie is still involved everywhere, we's not gonna stay around. That's the issue. And we the difficult part for us is when we want to support people, we try to, and like typically the other day, we came in, Sis came in, and she wanted to support you because you're a dear family member and you were co-streaming, and it was harder to stay around.
Yeah,
And it's sad because you deserve the support, you deserve the love, you deserve all of this, okay? But we are humans and we have our limits, and it kills us. And we also don't want to pretend to be supportive when we can't. I'm gonna try to still be supportive to you, but I'm not gonna lie. If he's around, I'm probably just bounce back.
Yeah.
If you're alone, if you are with people I like, probably will be there. Most probably because I would love you to grow. You deserve the support. You deserve the love. But if he's around, sorry, I can't.
Yeah, don't worry. I mean, I can understand what you're saying. Yeah. I mean, what happened with you guys and him. I can understand where you come from. If it was me, I would act the same. Actually, I would think. It's yeah. I'm sorry. I'm just.
No. Do you want us to let you go so you can just swallow everything? It's very fine by us.
I mean.
And if you have any other questions or anything, like don't hesitate to.
I mean, I do got a quick question because I got 2 DMs from Hanny and Lion. That's that you guys left the Discord, if I know something about? Or, yeah, I
Uh,
mean,
yes, we left almost every Discord we had in common with him where people support him because he used those Discord because we blocked him. Okay, so he used those Discords as well to see our statuses, to
okay, okay.
see and like we told you, it's super hard to see him pretending to be that good of a person when we know who he is. Um, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. In the case of Lion, Lion is aware of most of it and still wants to hang out with him and support him, and that is extremely hard for me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, I love Lion, which is why it's harder. Sorry, I'm
Yeah.
probably gonna cry right now. But
You don't have to say much more if you
no,
don't.
I'm honest, and
Yeah.
we did tell you we will answer everything, and I will. But this is,
It's
for me, it's
much.
too hard to see
Yeah.
someone like Lion that I love, that I confided in, that I'm close to, that is aware of the situation, hanging out with him, spending nights and sleep with him. It's, yeah, it's really, really hard. And I try to confront Lion already because I'm someone very honest and I come forward. I don't do things on the backs, which is also why we contacted you.
Yeah.
I do not disappear out of the blue. But Lion told me, oh, it's a dodgy situation and everything. And I'm like, I get that, but you don't have to spend one-on-one with him. And the other day, spend the entire night with him. And I'm sorry to say that did hurt a lot. And you might not agree with me. You might feel I'm overreacting or whatsoever. And fair, you think whatever you want. But this is killing me.
Yeah.
And seeing you guys today's enhanced Discord. And there's a lot of backstories, so there's multiple people in there that I'm super hard to see. Like for me, is all of them hanging out together feels a lot of
Yeah.
very hypocritical because a lot of things have been said, and Wolfie did hurt a lot of other people, and some of them are hanging out with him, and I do not understand that because we defended them against Wolfie, and we got a lot of backslash because we defended them, and they still decided to hang out with Wolfie, which makes us getting slapped twice. We get slapped because we defend them, and then we get slapped because that person still preferred to support him. And
We didn't defend them freely. They asked us to defend them. So
Yeah.
they asked us to defend them, and then we did when we could, because we had a big confrontation with Wolfie, and pretty much laid it all on the table, laid out all the lies that he's told. He still like didn't say any of it, and then the people that asked us to defend them when we confronted him, and they were involved in the chat, even. They said nothing during the chat, and now they're still hanging out with him. And that's what hurts us, because we were asked to defend, and pretty much now we're left to be pretty much alone and backed into a corner. Well, Wolfie pretty much gets a pat on the back and is like, "Oh, it's okay. You really like you lied big time, and we asked these people to protect you, but we're just gonna hang out with you." And so he gets the pat on the back, where we're just kind of, we took the punches, we took the cuts, and we're just kind of left to bleed.
And we're not gonna give a name, but yeah, that was too much. That was too much, and it sounds more complicated. It sounds a lot of drama, but originally, I don't know if this told you. Originally, we kept everything quiet when we kicked him out because we just wanted to let go, and that's it. He is the one who created that, but I'm not gonna sit there and pretend it did not happen with how much it hurt us. And we are at a point where it's so bad that we have to make hard decisions, but for people that we care for, we don't want to make them without discussing it first. Because you are lovely people that we love and we care for, but it's too hard for us to be in touch and in contact with him through you guys. We cannot accept it because it has hurt us so much, and people acting and hanging out like nothing happened is basically telling us that whatever happened to us never existed in the first place. It's like nothing happened where we are deeply bleeding. And that is too much for us. So, sorry for crying, Jesus Christ.
Don't worry.
Yeah, it is this. So again, no hard feeling. Whatever you want to do, you, boo boo. We love you very much, so, but we also want to become very honest, so there's no surprises for what may come depending on what you want to do. That's mostly it. Now you just, yeah.
I mean, I do want to think a bit about what I gathered from every information what I got from you guys.
Yeah, good time.
Yeah, if I have some questions, I will come to you guys. And
even if it's confrontational, don't be scared. Like if it's, oh, we heard you did that, and this is the same. If we did something wrong and we have no problem admitting it, we will.
Yeah.
But we will admit what is to admit. I'm not admitting things that I have proof I did not do, or it's a lie.
Yeah.
You know? But again, we are not perfect and we are fully well aware of it. We have flaws and we probably make mistakes too, and that's very much so true.
That's human.
But so I know confrontation is not funny. It's not funny for anyone. But if you need to, just don't hesitate. We in.
Right.
Yep. We've had to do it with each other with things that he said. So it's just, I'd rather be completely blunt and honest than to bullshit or tell you a not true story. And I mean, it's just, it is how it is. I mean, he wrote Loly quite a very long thing with screenshots from like 6 years ago. And so Loly had to confront me about all of that. And it was quite confusing, but I mean, she had to confront me even about the miscarriage stuff because he went and told her that I had lied about it. So that was like something that I had to, you know, relive and tell her, like, no, like, I even showed her the proof from the doctor of like a blood test and everything, like, but I had to relive my miscarriage kind of thing. But it's like, just don't hesitate to reach out to us, because like we said, we're not just trying, like, obviously, like Loly said, you're an adult, you make your own decisions. We're coming to you out of not only wanting to protect ourselves, but also wanting to protect the people we care about. And I feel like that's just how it is. So I'm sorry that you had to. It was nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too. I want to thank you guys to actually comment to me with the information.
Thank you for listening.
I'm not sure. I mean, I do question why Ryan is being friends while he know the information. But
he might not know all of what we said. I don't remember if we had this conversation, but he knew enough. And I love Lion. That's why I'm hurting, and that's why I'm because I still love Lion. Okay, I really deeply love that dude, like very much so, and so that's why it's harder. Actually, I would
Yeah.
not care for Lion. I would care a lot less. And so yeah, so
Yeah.
Lion is one of the people it's really hard for me
Yeah.
to see that way because of the amount of care I have for him.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's hard because it's like not only is she hurt, she doesn't want Lion to get hurt because
Yeah.
we've seen
The way he.
like the wake that Wolfie has caused
Yeah.
behind him, the ripple effect. So we don't want Lion to get hurt, but like we can we can inform you, you can make your choice. We're not going to have hurt feelings on the choice that you make besides just hurting, like, because we will have to take steps back from people that choose to be around him just because I mean, with stalking, anyone that's a stalker, anyone that tries to impact someone's real life, anyone that won't leave someone else alone when they've parted ways, it becomes a safety risk.
Yeah.
And so it's not just like we hurt because like we feel like we're also losing friendships because we're having to take steps back to protect ourselves.
Yeah, a lot of
And
beautiful friendship actually.
exactly. And so it hurts because it's just like we love these people and we love, I mean,
You want to
right,
protect them.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Sorry.
I mean, even I'm guessing since you guys were all in a chat together, he might know that you. Does he know that you were talking to us?
No. Then nobody
Okay.
knows.
Okay. I was just wondering because his status just changed and it seems pretty.
No.
He's very good at it. Oh, sorry, I got distracted. My husband came in. He was trying to leave, but he forgot his car keys. It's a little bit easier to drive the car when you have the keys.
Yeah. I mean, that would be good.
So it's a hard situation, and we don't want to lose people, but we can't just sit by and let ourselves get sabotaged and ripped to shreds. Because I mean, even right now, I don't know if you saw his status, but this is his status, and I mean, obviously he suspects something, or I don't know if Hin and Lion told him that we left the servers or whatever, but
Could I don't know really at the moment. I did see that they were maybe playing together, but I don't know really.
yeah, I don't know.
I'm in the dark at the moment, and
I mean, it's just hard because, for example, like I posted this status last night.
okay.
And after I posted that, this is what happens to Wolfie's status, because I got informed that he was just kind of going crazy. And this is what happens.
Oh, okay. I was kijken. Okay.
So that's the kind of thing that we're talking about, because he posted for quite a while about things, and whenever he's talking about me, he capitalizes you, YOU. And so because he would sit there and say that you bullied me, and he was posting status after status talking about me bullying him. And the other people knew about it, but when asked for proof or anything, no one can give you any proof or anything that I bullied him, because I didn't. And the people that he uses to back them up are people that I've like babysat their kids and stuff like that. So it's like, I'm pretty sure if I was a bully, they wouldn't let me watch their children. Yeah. So, but that's just kind of like what we're talking about. It's just that like we can't seem to do anything without all of a sudden him doing crap like this that's just all over the place. And like honestly, you can't feel like someone's a brother and not have some kind of care about him.
Yeah.
I just want the guy to go get some help.
Mm-hmm.
And he needs it. And so, like, there's obviously some kind of, you can't just, like, be friends with someone and treat them like a sibling and just be like, oh, like, they did this. I don't give an absolute fuck about them, because obviously I do give a fuck because I'm still hurt about it. Mm-hmm. But I just want him to get some help, and I just want him to leave me the heck alone now.
Yeah, I can understand that.
But sorry again. I know that this is a large amount to swallow.
Yeah, I mean it is what it is, but yeah, I mean, I will keep my eyes out, so to say. I'm gathering every information which you guys have said to me, and
yeah. Well, we care about you, and thank you for listening to us.
It's not trouble.
Yeah. Thank you so much, and sorry for my miserable crying.
It's alright.
But thank you so much, Danny, and again, you do you, boo-boo. Okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, again, thank you guys for talking to me, and yeah.
Of course, much love.
Much love.
Much love.
I mean, I will have to take a shower in a second, but so
use it to meditate. I mean, always meditate in showers.
I mean, I will have a good shower because notch. So, but yeah.
That's okay. I also feel like I need to go wash the stink off me after the conversation.
Are you telling me I need to take a shower again?
Oh my god. I mean, you boo boo. But yeah, anyway, if I got some questions, I will come to you guys, and yeah.
Hey, thank you
again. Nice shower.
Thank you. You guys too. You too, only if you take a second one.
Yep, just take your time, no rush, and just contact us and let us know what you're feeling.
Yeah, that's alright. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Take care and see you soon.
Yes, take care.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.